Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. We had started class 9th, chapter 1, rational and irrational numbers, and in the previous video we had covered introduction of rational and irrationals in the part 1 video. Now in second part of the video we are going to study how to insert a rational or irrational number or comparison of rational and irrational numbers. So let's get started. Okay, exercise 1b, question number 7. Write a pair of irrational numbers whose sum is irrational. That means we have to write two irrational numbers. While adding them, the answer should also be irrational number, and the task is very easy. Any two, root 2 is irrational, root 5 is irrational. If I add them both, answer is irrational. Done. It can be thousands of examples. Suppose I say 2 plus under root 2. This is an irrational number because it contains root 2. The second expression, say 9 plus under root 7. This expression is also irrational because it contains an irrational number. If I add them both, what I will get? 9 plus 2, 11. And like I said, these I cannot add, so I have to write them separately. So again, in this case, the answer is irrational. So either you write the simplest irrational numbers, while adding them you are getting irrational, or if you want to add a proper irrational expression, you can add them. Answer is irrational. Now the next is, now we have to write a pair of irrational numbers whose sum is rational. Now the answer after adding should be rational. That means the proper exact answer. So for that we need to pick up, say, the simplest I can say root 2. We'll take the same example, 2 plus root 2. And if I add, this is also a rational number because it contains under root 2. If I add both of them, this will get cancelled and 2 plus 2 is 4. So the answer is a rational number. Likewise, you can take as many pairs as you want. For example, say 19 plus under root 43. Irrational? For sure. Another pair you can take, say 1 under root 43 you have to take so that both will get cancelled with a different sign. So cancel 19 plus 1, 20. Answer is a rational number. So according to what answer you want, you can decide your pairs. So the pairs can be this, this, or infinite pairs are there. So you can make your own pair. Now let's come to the next one. Question number 9. Write a pair of irrational numbers whose difference is irrational. Same as this one. If I write under root 5 minus under root 2, answer is irrational. Or let us take this example. If I subtract this under root 2, first irrational number minus second irrational number, 2, I need to simplify this, 2 root 2 minus 9 plus root 7, because I have taken same example, so minus sign will change. So 2 minus 9 is minus 7, and like I said, in addition and subtraction these roots cannot be simplified. So this whole expression is again irrational because it contains two irrational numbers in it. Agree? So you can take any pair, there are infinite pairs with it. Next, question number 11. Write a pair of irrational number whose product is irrational. That means now I have to multiply two irrational number so that the answer should be irrational. Let's try with some pair. First irrational number I would like to take under root 2, and second irrational number I want to take under root 5. Perfect. If I multiply them, I will get under root 10. In multiplication, I can multiply them. Under root 10 is an irrational number. You can take anything, but the answer should be proper. Suppose if I say under root 6, irrational? Yes. Let's take under root 2. Both are irrationals, and the answer is under root 12. Do we have perfect square of root 12? No, we do not have. So this is again an irrational number. Clear? If you want to write this kind of example, you can write them 2 plus under root 2 multiply 9 plus under root 7. Let's see if it is working. 2 into 9, 18. 2 into root 7 will be 2 root 7. Then this into this will be 9 root 2. And this into this, I can multiply the two roots under root 14. So many irrational numbers are there. So the complete expression is irrational. So this example is also working with it. Easy? Next question 13. Ascending order 3 root 5, 4 root 3. Note that this is 3 into root 5 and this is 4 into root 3. Not cube root. This is also not fourth root. Alright. So you need to read it carefully. If it is a cube root, it would have been written here very small 3 and here very small 4. So you need to know the difference. Okay. So to arrange it in the ascending order, first we will shift this 3 inside. Now since we have a root sign, so we need to shift it this way. 3 into 3, 2 times. So when we will shift it outside, this will be single 3. Same way, if I have to shift 4 inside, it is 3 into 4 into 4, 2 times. So when I solve this is under root 45 and this is under root 48. Simply this is greater. So this is going to be greater. Next, now we have to arrange this in ascending order. So now I will shift this 2 inside. Now this is a cube root. This is also a cube root. So when I will shift, I have to write this number 3 times since this is a cube root. Same way I need to write this number as a cube root. So 3 times. The number outside, when it will enter inside the cube root, it will be written 3 times. So this is under root 40 and this is under root 54. This number is greater. So here this number is greater. No doubt. So ascending order means smallest to greatest, smallest to greatest. Next question, compare 6th root of 15. This is not 6 multiplied by root 15. This is 6th root of 15 and this is 4th root because the numbers are written inside the roots. Okay. So how to represent it? First of all, you need to understand, if I am writing any, say it has 19th root. So I can write it as 2 raised to the power 1 by 19. Right. For any number, say a, it has x root. The root number I can write as fraction in the power. So here I will write the number of root as fraction power and the 4th root will be 1 by 4. Right now I am writing a comma because I do not know which one is greater. So the task is to make both of them, the denominators, same. So I need to take LCM 1 by 6 and 1 by 4. LCM of 6 and 4 will be LCM of 6 and 4 will be 12. So when I am writing, it's not 1 by 4, 1 by 6, 6 and 4, we will take denominators LCM 12. So I need to convert this. So I will multiply 2 by 2. So 2 by 12. Same way I will convert 1 by 4. The denominator I want to be 12. So 3 by 12. You understood this step? I am dealing only with the fractions. 1 by 6, 1 by 4. So I took the LCM of 6 and 4, 12. Now the task is, the denominators I want 12 for them to be like fractions. So to multiply this 2 by 2, I will get denominator 12, and if I multiply 4 into 3, I will get denominator 12. So both 3 and both 2. Now in place of, if you remember, in junior classes we had studied 1 by 6 and 2 by 2 are equivalent fractions. Same way 1 by 4 and 3 by 12 are also equivalent fractions. So in place of 1 by 6, I am putting the value 2 by 12, and in place of 1 by 4, I am putting the value 3 by 12. So it will become 15. 2 by 12, in place of 1 by 6, I have written its equivalent fraction. In place of 12, 1 by 4, I have written its equivalent fraction. Now, according to the exponential rule, I can shift this 2 inside. This is actually 2 into 1 by 12. 2 into 1 by 12. And same way, this is 3 into 1 by 12. So, 2 and 3 I can take inside. Like I have taken 15 square whole 1 by 12 and 12 cube whole 1 by 12. Now value of 15 square is 225 and 12 cube is 1972. Now since both the bases are different but both the powers are same, I can compare the bases. This is greater, so this is greater. So initially this is representing this number, so this is greater. So 4 under root 12 is greater than 6 under root 15, sixth root of 15. Now next question number 16. Insert two irrational numbers between 5 and 6. So first of all, 5 can be written as under root 25 and 6 can be written as under root 36. Now I need only 2, but I can write so many between under root 25 and under root 36. Under root 26 is irrational. Under root 27 is irrational. Under root 28, under root 29, under root 30, under root 31, under root 32, under root 33, under root 34, and last under root 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 irrational numbers I have found between under root 25 to under root 36, and ultimately these both are 5 and 6. So any two you can pick up and write down. I think that was the most easiest part. Alright, now next question is question number 17. Insert 5 irrational numbers between these two numbers. Now again I will express this in whole roots. So if I need to shift 2 inside, it will become 5 into 2 into 2. because it is under root, and if I will shift this 3 inside, I need to write it 2 times. So this has become under root 20 and this has become under root 27. So between both of them, under root 21 is irrational, under root 22 is irrational, under root 23, under root 24, under root 25 is irrational. No, under root 25 is equal to 5. So I need to skip that, under root 26, and that's it, 27. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exact 5 were required. Easy? Now let's move to next question. Insert 3 rational numbers between root 3 and root 5. So now, what if I write it this way? Will it make any difference? Any difference? No. 0.0 means nothing. But here I have used the benefit 300 upon 100. This decimal I have removed. Now I'll tell you what is the benefit. 500 upon 100. Now I want you to find 3 perfect squares between 300 to 500. Let's say 324, square of 18, 400, square of 20, and let's say square of 21, or easy, let's say square of 22. All the numbers are lying between 300 and 500. So that means all these numbers will lie between them, right? So this can be further simplified. 3.24, this is 4.00, and this is 4.84, right? Now if this you want to find square root, since we have taken it that way, this will directly become 1.8 because this was the square root of 18. So with the decimal it will become 1.8. It is a rational number. Under root 4.00 will be same as under root 4, 2, and 4.84 I have taken it square of 22, so now it is 2.2. So all these are rational numbers between 2 irrational numbers. Understood? Last question for today. Simplify both. This is 4th root. This is also 4th root. So first we need to prime factorize to 43. It's a quite big number. 3, 81, 27, 9, 3. So 3 is occurring 5 times. So that means this can be written 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 5 times with a 4th root, and here 4th root of 3, right? So I'm writing here lack of space. Since it is a 4th root, so 4 3's I can take out and 1 3 will remain inside, like we do for square roots, cube roots. It's a 4th root. Then denominator will remain same. Sorry, this is a 4th root. So this got cancelled. Answer will be 3. And this is one of the most simplest. A minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2 into a into b. Square of root 3, square of root 2 minus, this can be multiplied. So 6, 2 into root 6. So 5 same numbers. Final answer. So here now you can complete exercise 1b, leaving just 2 questions. So now leave question number 5 and 6 of exercise 1b. Rest all 1b you can complete yourself now. Keep practicing and complete your work. Thank you.